out there on GJRB Online and on Spreaker across America. On our 9-foot signal here in our local end, had to close that off and shut it down because I am not picking up anything on the 9-foot FM signal at this point. There's no point then to even broadcast on that frequency, 88.9, because and I dispensed with my headphones because for some apparent reason, I do not know why, I lost some sound somewhere. So I don't understand why, but I'm only broadcasting on the left, well, I guess it would be the left channel. I don't know if it's the left or right channel. I'm going to try to see if I can go, let's see, maybe I can pull this off and throw it into a 2 right channels, and maybe perhaps, I don't know if I'm gonna try this, see what happens. I want to do see what happens here. I want to reactivate the FM and see if that's any difference in the sound. What I'm going to do is I took out the flipped over so that could be a cord or something that's causing this issue. Let's see here. Either that or is a short in the system in the mixer itself. Might have to get a different cord. Stereo mix is working on that side, but it looks like something is disabled here. I'm going to check. I got 2 front mics here. Okay, let me see if that worked. Okay, let me see if that worked. Okay, let me see here. Alright, okay, still broadcasting in monophonic, but, you know, that's how radio started, folks. You know, let's see, the other front mic. Okay, let's see that word. We're still broadcasting in monophonic, but like I said before, that's how radio started, folks. AM was mono, always has been. So, I mean, you know, radio started in monophonic. There was no such thing as stereo. So, I mean, you know, really? I don't really care if it's in stereo or not. Because, you know, talk radio doesn't matter, you know, when you talk about talk radio, it doesn't have to be in stereo, because really talk radio isn't really meant to be in stereo. Because usually on FM radio is music, which is stereo. But when you're looking at talk radio, AM, most of them are, and they're not in stereo. Okay, you're not hearing stereo on that. So I don't know. The only way I'll find out when I hear this back, but right now, at least I'm modulating somewhere, even if it isn't. I'm going to say that's left channel. Okay, I'm going to move this one to left channel. Okay, so now what I did was I flipped both of them into left channel, and I went to another front mic, and I'll finish out this way and see how it comes out when I play it back, because I don't know why for all of a sudden it did that to me once during a Linda Moulton House segment, and then again it did it just a while ago, and rebooted the computer, lost the sound on the FM band, which was coming in from the speaker system, and I don't know if it was from the speaker system or what, but I don't know. Well, we'll see. All right, well, let's see what's going on here. I got the upcoming shows from coast to coast, and then when we get that, we're just going to close this show out for today. Okay, they're going to do Afterlife Communications tonight on Coast to Coast AM with Whitley Strieber. We'll discuss a new book, The Afterlife Revolution, which he wrote in his late wife, Anne, confirming afterlife communication. He'll also be talking about an update on the latest supernatural events in his life. That's followed by Open Lines tonight on Coast to Coast. And George Noory will have the helm on that one. We go to Saturday night, Space Program Anomalies, Cancer Cure Cover-Ups. Richard Searett will take the microphone here with Billy Carson and Luke Yankee. First, Billy Carson will describe how he and his team were tracked down close to 50,000 unknown anomalies in the solar system with the help of space agencies from around the world. On his new original series, Deep Space, Carson tours Earth's secret space programs and will discuss and share historical truths and experiences never revealed before about what they're really doing in space. In the second half, Mr. Mark Gerson, or is it Gerson, 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 one of the pioneers of the world of natural healing, created an all-natural cure for cancer in a medical world felt threatened. Inspired by true events, award-winning playwright Luke Yankee turned his crippling and controversial story into a play that delves into the world of medicine, where the end goal is not healing, but profits. 6 to 10 p.m. Pacific, 8 to midnight here Central Time, 9 to let's see, that's 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific, 8 to midnight here, 9 to 1 Eastern, somewhere in time with Art Bell, Coast to Coast AM. It's going to go back in time to March 11th, 1997 for a time travel expert, Dr. Fred Bell. A good show there. 2 bells. Join Art Bell to discuss the possibility of real time travel and how Dr. Bell made 20-foot tall device that demonstrated the interdimensional time travel with lasers. I think I remember listening to that show. March 11th, 1997. If I remember straight, I did remember listening to that particular show. Secret Drug Conspiracy, Psychic Sleuthing was on Sunday night with Richard Searett, John Potash, and Sloan Bella will be the guest. Richard Searett, on behalf of author and researcher John Potash, are going to discuss a group of ultimate trafficking families, opium trafficking families that came into form in an American whatever that is. Eventually, they're saying the global dominance direct the CIA operatives such as MK Ultras and push LSD on other drugs on leftist leaders and left-leaning population in home and abroad. Part 2 looks at psychic medium, training astrologer and modern-day metaphysician Sloan Bella returns to update her most recent work and predictions along with her work solving and laying the groundwork on a series of mysterious, high-profile celebrity disappearances. We'll also discuss her channeling of Jimi Hendrix. Okay, that'll be a good one. Coming in on the beginning of the week, starting on Monday night, December 11th, alternative pain treatments and the history of games is going to be the topics. George Noory takes over his regular time slot with Dr. David Hanscom and Tristan Donovan guesting on there. Guiding orthopedic spine surgeon at the Swedish Neuroscience Institute in Seattle. And the first half of that show will discuss the analysis of a current opioid crisis and how patients can use alternative solutions, allowing them to live free of pain forever. In the second half of the show, British journalist and renowned games expert Tristan Donovan will discuss the incredible and often surprising history and psychology of board games. That'd be interesting. They're going to trace the evolution of these games across cultures, time periods, and continents, from the paranoid Chicago toy genius behind the classics like Operation and Mousetrap to scientific use of board games today to teach artificial intelligence how to reason and how to win. Okay, that's going to be on that night. Astrology in the markets will be the topic on Tuesday nights with biodiesel revolution as part of it. Coast to Coast, Linda Sherman and Richard Spitzer and Josh Tekel will be the guest, talking about natural interest in predicting the future and discovering the differing methods yielding similar results. Also explain how social, economic, and technological environmental forces influence our lives. Ultimately, okay, that should be an interesting show. Anyway, we'll have done that. Let's see. Journalist, activist, author, award-winning film director will be on the second half of the show, viewing 50 million people worldwide. Viewed by 50 million people worldwide. From the fryer to the fuel tank, jump-started the biodiesel movement, raised billions of dollars with the LG fuel industry, discussed the efforts of discouraging the usage of sustainable fuels worldwide, as well as the remarkable power that soil has over the health of humans as well as the entire planet. Okay, Wednesday night, Russian Gate will be the topic with Stephen C. Cohen. This is going to be on Wednesday night, December 13th. A professor of Russian studies and history of Emirates at the NYU, professor of politics at Princeton University. In the first half, will discuss Vladimir Putin and his role in the Russian Gate saga and what it means for Russians in the world's geopolitical landscape, and that he is running again. The second half will feature open lines. Dark Side of Science, Origin of Christmas Legends. This ought to be a good one for us, because next week, here on Way Out There, we're going to have another show next Friday, and we're going to do another Way Out There they're going to do a show here on the origins of Christmas legends. So I want to kind of see if we can contribute the show to next week. The first half of the show, training on the physical J. Marvin Herndon, earned a PhD in nuclear chemistry, receiving a postdoctoral training in geochemistry and chemistry in the world-class master science, and themselves learning the masters. He will also discuss how current crisis diluting integrity, the science community, resulting in destructive practices such as spraying pesticides, kind of spraying particles in the air, contributing to many devastating fires in California. They're kind of blaming it on this. And Rosemary Ellen Guiley will be in the second half. And the paranormal researcher will discuss historical roots of modern Christmas customs and how Christmas was celebrated in the past. That'd be a good one. And how Christmas was celebrated in the past. Rosemary Ellen Guiley. They're going to talk about this. She'll share her unique view on remembering the dead this holiday season and how angels play an important role in holiday celebrations. So that would be a good show. That's next Thursday night. That could contribute to next week's show if they talk about Santa Claus a little bit. And then finally, next Friday night, author and researcher Mac McNabb joins Dave Schrader on Coast to Coast as he fills in to discuss the rumors and urban legends of the true dark history of famous brands, exploring the mystery of cocaine content in Coca-Cola. I remember hearing all about that. The Hitler-Henry Ford connection, and why Bayer, the famous aspirin company, began their journey with heroin. Second half, open lines. And that's what's going on this week on Coast to Coast AM with George Noory, brought to you by Premier Radio Networks. They're brought to you on many fine radio stations across America, including one in your major city. Okay? Coast to Coast AM with George Noory. Tonight at 1 o'clock Eastern, midnight Central, 10 p.m. Pacific, on many fine talk stations across America. I'm Gary J. Russell. You're listening to Way Out There as we wind up our show for tonight. I want to do that. Before I do, I want to do one more weather on the fives, because I had promised Boston their weather, and at least do that. Let's see, I want to go back over to Boston, because they're going to get they're under a winter storm warning in Boston, Massachusetts right now. The Boston area, and including that whole area, they're going to get slammed with snow over in Boston. In Boston, Massachusetts, they're going to get slammed with some snow in that area. And we're going to talk about that. Before we do, it's 32 degrees here in Clinton, Iowa. Feels like 25. Your relative humidity is at 56%. Your dew point's 18. And your barometric pressures dropping at 29.89 inches. And here in Clinton, Iowa right now, though, we're looking at occasional snow showers tonight. Yep. I said this earlier, occasional snow showers tonight. We could get a dusting. Winds west at about 15 to 25, and we have a 60% chance of snow. Tomorrow, windy, 30 degrees for a predicted high, no precipitation predicted. 0% through to Sunday night. Partly cloudy to partly sunny. Partly cloudy Saturday night, 19. Sunday, 40. Sunday night, 24. Partly cloudy skies. Okay. For that area. Okay. Looking at Boston, Massachusetts, you guys are under a winter storm warning. And I mentioned about an hour ago, you guys in that area are expecting to get snow. A lot of it. This is from 4 a.m. Eastern to Saturday, December 9th, to 7 a.m. Eastern, Sunday, December 10th. Right now you're at 38 degrees, feels like 33 in your area right now in Boston. Winds out of the south-southwest at 6 miles per hour, relative humidity 47%. Your dew point's 20, and your barometric pressure's on the rise from 30.01 inches. And as I said earlier, it's going to be cloudy tonight, low 32. Winds out of the southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour in Boston. Low 32. Tomorrow, 34 degrees with a 100% chance of snow. For Boston, Massachusetts. High 34. Saturday night, 31 degrees low, 90% chance of precipitation. Sunday, partly sunny, high of 39. 20% chance of precip. Sunday night, partly cloudy, 25. 20% chance of shower, 20% chance of precipitation. But the blunt end of it right now for your area, as I said about an hour or so ago here, looking at the map right now, looking at what you guys are expecting, the National Weather Service has predicted a winter storm warning for Suffolk County in Massachusetts. And it's going to be in effect at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning until 7 a.m. Eastern Time, Sunday. Snow expected, difficult travel. Snow accumulations 4 to 7 inches in that area expected. Portions of northern Connecticut, central and eastern, and northeastern Massachusetts is in it. Northern Rhode Island as well. This includes the city of Boston. 4 a.m. Saturday to 7 a.m. Eastern Time Sunday. Additional details, I'd suggest for people who are listening in Boston to this podcast to pay attention to your local weather forecast. Best bet at this point. Keep an eye on that, because it looks like it could be an interesting weekend for you guys in Boston. Really looks like it. Wow. Okay, well, I'll tell you what we're going to do right now. I think we're just going to close her down. Wrap it up for today. That's going to do it for Way Out There for this week, for this time around. Next week, we were going to do our Christmas show and talk about the legends. And as I said earlier, I'm going to listen to that Coast to Coast show, because that's going to be a good one. They're going to be talking about some of the Christmas stuff, and they're going to talk about the mysteries of Santa Claus on Way Out There next week. The mysteries of Santa Claus. Like, how does he get down the chimney? How does he deliver all those packages in one night? Have you ever wondered that stuff? We're going to talk about it next week on Way Out There, right here on GJRB Online, right after the last 7 days. Well, I should have a brand new current edition. Things go good. So tune in next week right here on GJRB Online. That's it for me. I'm Gary J. Rustin. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Remember, look up in the skies and let me know what you see way out there. Have a great night and a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow for another edition of the Gary Rustin Program Extra. Have a good evening, everyone. The Christmas lights are on and the music is playing for another bright holiday of programming. Join GJRB again this year for the best in holiday internet entertainment. From all-time Christmas favorites to classic radio programs from the golden days of radio, GJRB will keep you entertained with the best of the holidays. More American Christmas jukebox shows, the annual running of Campbell's Playhouse with Orson Welles and the radio version of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, starring Lionel Barrymore as Scrooge, along with Christmas episodes of your favorite classic radio shows. Then, New Year's brings you another Gary Rustin Year-End Review Show, remembering the best of the Gary Rustin program in 2017. I'll be bringing you the best clips of GRP from January to December. Now, going on GJRB. You hear great jazz on GJRB with the best of jazz, up-and-coming jazz, smooth jazz, and smooth afternoon. If you can't get enough of jazz and you live in the Quad Cities area, tune in to KALA, St. Ambrose University in Davenport, Iowa, at 88.5 on the FM dial. Along with some of that great smooth jazz, you'll hear a lot of great jazz programming, and programming in other great music formats, like blues, urban, including rap, also classic R&B and Motown with David Baker on Rewind, Friday nights at 6 p.m. Central. In addition, you get programming in Spanish and some great gospel programming too. For more information on that great programming you'll hear, check out their schedule at www.sau.edu/KALA. Even if you don't live in the Quad Cities area, you can enjoy KALA anywhere in the world with their internet stream. Connect with KALA. Listen and enjoy. Watch. Pray. For we not know what hour the Son of God will return. Prophecy, New World Order, terrorism, economic collapse, wars, pest, Israel. When they say peace, then cometh sudden destruction, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, end-time headlines at www.endtimeheadlines.org. America's Street Music is back on GJRB Bluegrass with the Grassgolds, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys, and so much more. So it's time to bring it back, and on more often. It's Bluegrass Jubilee Freestyle, with all the great songs you heard before, and some new up-and-coming stars with some emerging bluegrass. Also, some all-time gospel favorites too. At a brand new time, every third Saturday at 12 noon Central on GJRB. Join me for Sports Page at a brand new time, alternating Saturdays at noon on GJRB.